Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another World of Tanks review with T Daisy. This time we're going to be going over the Lorraine 40t, the Tier 9 medium tank from the French tech tree. This thing is pretty much a 5100 heavy tank at Tier 9 as a medium. So right off the bat, you're going to be saying, is it really worth it to grind through? And coming from the 1390, which is what I made a video on last time, is one of the best tier 8 tanks in the game, in my opinion. And really, from the 1390 over to the Lorraine, it's a big switch. I mean, it follows kind of almost a non-generic medium tank playstyle because you have to be so passive in it, and it really just decides, whether you want to chai snipe, as they call it, and hopefully farm damage at range, or actually go in and engage people. And that's really the thing that makes the Lorraine hard to play. So before I get into anything, I just want to state that it's an alright tank, and I've played quite a lot of games in it so far, and we'll check it out right now. Alright, so the Lorraine is really one of the most mediocre, in my opinion, tier 9 tanks in the game. It does have its ifs, ands, and buts, to argue that statement, but it really isn't anything special in my opinion, just right off the bat. So I have gone ahead and free XP'd all the upgraded modules on this tank, including the engine, tracks, and 100mm. But the 100mm is the same cannon that you get on the 5100, which is the tier 8 heavy tank, and then it does have a better engine for its tier, and then also a pretty good suspension. So if we look at the Lorraine on paper, it's really an okay tank. It has obviously the tier 8 6 shell autoloading cannon, which is the SA-47. It has 232mm of standard penetration with AP, 263 with gold, and 50 with HE. However, in clip cannons, HE not really a viable tactic at all. At 300 HP per shot on average, it's really a devastating cannon that has a great clip count of 6 shells, which really, if you make them count, can actually be a really good damage assistance for your team. Despite its big size, it is a really quick tank, and it has a 980 horsepower engine. And if we check here, it looks like it weighs almost 39 tons. So it really has a good HP to power ratio, and it's just a great mobile tank. But it is the size of a barn. So if you guys are trying to camo up and snipe at range, it's not the best for camo, but we'll get into that later on how in the gameplay could be used to your advantage. So the Lorraine, as an actual, just paper stat tank, it isn't that bad. But if you compare it to many of the other tier 9s in its branch, or its counterparts such as the T-54, Object 430 V2, even we could say the Patton, Centurion 7-1, it just doesn't stand out in terms of anything really other than mobility and mediocre stats. So I really just want to stress that on the Lorraine is that it's not going to be terrible, but it's an okay tank, and it really just you need to learn the play style, which I'll get into now. Alright, so due to the fact that you have no armor whatsoever and you have an oscillating turret, they have buffed the gun depression on this thing to, I think, -9 degrees of depression, and I think it's like 14 degrees of oppression, which isn't really that good. But anyway, the gun depression on this tank can be abused pretty well when hiding your hull over crests. But really, the playstyle of this tank is it's a hybrid playstyle, in the sense that you really just want to be ultra passive, and you don't want to engage early in the game whatsoever. There's not really any exceptions to that, other if you find like a scout YOLO charging your base trying to get artillery. That's the only real time you would engage someone head on. Obviously you want to flank behind enemy tanks early in the game and get some flank shots, but really how I like to play this tank is almost as a sniper at the base, sort of like a Panther, or even how the 1390 played out, just early in the game, just passively sniping and seeing what shots you can get. And the way the Lorraine really plays out is, as many of the French heavies, is just sloppy seconds. You really just want to use your clip autoloading cannon to be devastating towards the end game. But in return for that, if you're too passive, you really can't assist the team as much as you would like to carry, and it's really a team-dependent tank in my opinion. Now, obviously, the fact that this tank is huge, it doesn't have that good a camo, so you will sometimes get spotted at range. So repositioning is another big thing in this tank. You don't want to stay in the same place. Obviously, artillery is going to be shooting at you. And it's really just almost one of those passive, like very passive medium type playstyles. It is a somewhat accurate cannon. I mean, it has .36 accuracy, but the aim time of 3 seconds really is not the best. You can put a vert stab or GLD, but since I like sniping a lot, I actually go with the GLD as opposed to the vert stab because I'm not moving as much in this tank while shooting, because it's really just not a viable thing to do. So that's really the playstyle for Lorraine, and it's not a terrible tank, but it's okay. I mean, it's really pretty much just a 5100. And if you guys have played that tank, you'll obviously know the playstyle and how to go about that. But I'm really trying to explain as best as I can for the Lorraine here. So with that being said, let's actually take a look at it compared to the 5100. It's pretty much almost the same exact tank on the in-game model, and it really is historically just a variant of that. So if we look at the 5100, it has a little bit more hull armor, but it has the same gun, pretty much same top speed and everything. So it really is, stressed as the same as the 5100. Other than that, it's got some good view range for tier 9, which is 400. Has a little bit more than, say, heavy tanks or TDs. Signal range is obviously standard tier 10, medium. And like I said, the top speed is 60 on a flat, which is really good, and it does have that 980 horsepower engine, as opposed to the stock one, which is 850. Now you do have a 34 degree per second traverse speed, which isn't the best, but your oscillating turret does traverse at 42 degrees per second, which is also a good sign. The dispersion on this tank while moving your turret and also traversing is quite a lot, so you don't want to be engaging head-on and trying to hit weak spots. You really just want to flank people and not get shot at all if you can avoid that. So next we'll go over just the pretty much loadout, what to run on it, and then we'll do some gameplay. Alright, so my setup is as follows. For equipment, we have a GLD, or you can put a vert stab depending on how aggressive you like to play this tank and whether you like the GLD as opposed to the vert stab. In a sense, the vert stab is always better than the GLD, but in this one particular tank's playstyle, I don't like to move around while shooting, so the GLD helps for just pretty much sniping at range a little bit more for the aim time in between shell firing, because it is an all-loading cannon. Next, you want to have coated optics or binocs, depending on whether you like to stay still, but I like to have coated optics because I don't like to wait for the binocs. I have to sit and reset your camo, and at the same time sit there for like 3 seconds before it turns on. And then obviously the events, which is really just not mandatory, but a great option for an auto-loading tank, because it does cut that reload down quite a lot. So I think my reload's at like 34, 36 seconds as opposed to 40. Now we also have a big whopping amount of APCR at 18, which I believe is 3 clips. So that's actually a lot for an auto-loading cannon, because the main standard pen of, I think, 230 something, whatever it says, isn't the best for a tier 9 medium. So in late game I do like to load a lot of APCR just to get that damage up. And so we got 30 shells of AP and 18 of APCR. I'll go ahead and close that. And then the standard consumable loadout of small repair kit, small first aid kit, automatic fire extinguisher. Some people do ditch the fire extinguisher and put on a consumable, but I have been lit on fire a couple times with this tank and I don't really like that trade-off. As crew skills go, obviously the perks for on the move, but in Lorraine, it doesn't really matter. But once you get to the batchat, you probably want the on the move shooting stuff. So for the gunner, you want like snapshot, smooth ride. But I'm gonna retrain that after pretty much the Lorraine, so we'll have that in the batchat video. So 6 cents. I like clutch braking for the Lorraine because it doesn't traverse quick at all. And then Deadeye is a fun perk because you can do a lot of module damage because you are a clip auto-loading cannon, which is for every shot you take, it gives like a 3% chance more to crit something or damage a crew member. And then camouflage, and then I just have repairs, but I'm probably going to get rid of repairs and put like snapshot, smooth ride, stuff like that for the batchat once I get to the tier 10. So that's really all you got to run on Lorraine. That's my setup. Obviously, you can tweak it a little bit if you want to. It's up to you. But now we'll have some gameplay. We'll do some on-the-fly gameplay, and then hopefully one replay or two, and then we will have some closing stuff after that. Alright, so we're going to try and go into a game. Hopefully we'll get a good matchup. This is a solo pub, so hopefully we'll be able to get some good players on our team to help assist for the win, and we got steps. So it's not that bad of a map at all for Lorraine. We do have, man, we have some WGL people, so I think those are sheriffs or whatever the hell it is, of the wargaming staff. XVM is working, so I don't know why that guy is saying that. And this most likely will be a YOLO fest for the enemy team because they want to get the gold from killing the WG people, so that may be good for us. Alright, so we're going to go over to the 8-9 line and snipe, snipe, snipe. We might be able to reroute to the 1-2 line late in the game because their heavies are... they're obviously going to win the 1-2 line. I mean, if they don't go there, they're pretty much retarded. Because if you see, they have 5 high-tier heavies, which, opposed to our semi-heavy, which is a 50B, which really isn't even a heavy. And we have a Tomato M103, which really won't do anything. And he's right in front of me, not even going the right way. So, we're going to go here, snipe, and hopefully assist this 50B. 268's coming this way, so he'll provide some cover. Covering fire. What's don't get in my way. I really don't want to expose myself and get spotted too early, so there's a 54. You know, we don't want to take any unnecessary damage at this point. So, once again, really passive in the Lorraine. Nothing really spectacular is going to happen in games unless you get that one killer game that you pull out of your ass, which really is a rare occurrence. So we're taking this 8-9-0 line quite fast. They do have a lot of... holy shit, they have 5 T-30s? More T-30s, plus, I guess. But that's going to be a issue for late game, especially with my non-existent armor. I'm going to get down here. Screw it. Aggressive YOLO strat. New meta. 50B is getting ripped apart by these guys, so I'm going to go ahead, clip out this 54. He's all alone. Come here, buddy. How are you, my friend? There's one shot. Oh, no, I bounced him. Get ripped. So, there's the 54. He's completely pooped on. Rip you. We have taken the 9-0 line. Their heavies are not pushing the 1-2 line. This is wow, words. This is looking really good right now. So another thing I didn't realize until I got the Lorraine is it's really good for win 8. I've only done 500 damage, and by looks of it, the expected is only like 1400. So that's not even a full clip. So if you can get one full clip out, you're pretty much unicum for this tank, or you know, in the sights of being unicum in win 8. And that's really a big plus, especially when grinding this tank, because, like I said, it's a mediocre tank, but when you're grinding it, it really, it's not that bad. And somehow I bounced that T-30's side of his turret, but, it's lit on fire and pooped on by the 268. Now we're going to aim in. You see that long aim time. Get this waffle down. You hear that pen there from the crew, and that'll come up in the after-game battle report, I guarantee you. So, they're finally pushing that side. I'm going to go ahead and get this berm with the Centurion, and hopefully get one shot on this IS-4, and then I'll start clipping. They do have artillery lurking about somewhere, so I'm going to be careful. Looks like one just fired on that 103 over there, or maybe both of them did, but whatever. So there's that IS-4. Waffle is back up. See if I can kill him. He's got low health. Aim faster. Got him, and we're going to clip. So we got 38-second reload. I think I said 36 before, but obviously with that vents, it's really worth it. Now he's telling me to follow him, but I'm reloading, so screw that. I'm not gonna go with you, bud. Just type it out to him really quick. Completely spelled that wrong, but he gets the gist of it. Artillery has yet to been spotted, so we're just gonna camp around here. And really, this is a fast-paced game. It is steps, so mediums are going to be the death of any team. T-30's up there. We're going to go ahead and circle this. Oh, never mind. There's an IS-7 coming to play. Now, I just got spotted, so I'm going to go ahead and run away from this guy. Get a little juke. See if he wants to miss. An I-7, you can fire any day now. Alright, we're gonna go poop on this IS-4. Or not, because he's already dead. IS-50B fired. Silly I-7 shot me. And now we're gonna go clip out this T-30, actually. She is tunnel visioning so hard. Wow, thanks RNG. Wow, RNG's killing me! Okay, there's the whiff. One more shot on him. Take one more here. See if the IS-7 is going to reload anytime soon. Now we can get out of this IS-7's way. Take a... Wow, that should not have penned, but it did anyway. Get out of that boy's way, reload for 38 seconds. That's pretty much the game is in the bag. So I'm just going to get the hell out of there, get away from the I-7. Hopefully he won't be able to spot me here. Which he does, because I have terrible camo. Now we're just going to camp over here. We might be able to get some damage on that IS-7 late game. I'm just going to try snipe from here. He's turning his turret. We got 7 seconds left on reload. Once he engages his Patton, which by the looks of it he's not, he's coming for me. Because he's obviously in snoo and he wants to kill the Reddit guy. We're going to get around here. He's not coming my way, so... There's the light for me. I'll let him come up here. I'm going to get behind this berm. Oh, there's the whiff. You suck. And we're going to go let this Wheezy poop on him. So here we go. One shot. And he's dead. Alright, so GG. Not bad. 2,000 damage plus that blind shot on the waffle. We did get 3 kills, and that's really all you gotta do in Lorraine is just flex around. You know, I did take some unnecessary damage from that I-7, but I really couldn't give a crap about that because I wanted damage on the T-30. But that's really Lorraine for you. Not that bad of a gameplay. Decent game. Third class mastery. Got some. Obviously got screwed by RNG on that T-30. Got some spotting damage. You see that 268 did work from WG. We also have me at second place. Holy crap! They had so many 0 damage scrubs. And that was, yeah, it's actually a better game than I would have thought it would be, because it was pretty much a steamroll. I could have got less damage, but due to the fact that I'm an autoloader, that made up for it. So if you look at the win 8, 2,700 win 8, for really not that much of damage, only 1,000 damage over the expected. So Unicum is pretty much 2,000 damage in this tank, and my average should be around 2,300. In this tank, and that's really probably enough for a mark of excellence after a while of playing this tank. So mark of excellence, we are at 23%. Usually that doesn't you know, get accurate until you're at like around like 50, 60 games. So yep, 2 damage under 2,300. So this Lorraine really is quite a good win 8 machine. So next we'll have one more gameplay, probably a replay of something better than what we just showed, and then we'll conclude with some following statements. Alrighty, so this second gameplay is a very nice game that me and my boy Woots got on Live Oaks, which was relatively a pretty easy setup. You know, we obviously have, according to XVM, a great chance to win, and their tier 9 mediums are no match for our tank comp. So, you know, pretty much just a nice generic Lorraine play in this game. As I will go ahead and try and speed this up a little bit. We're getting some frame skip, but we'll have to deal with that. I'm in, obviously, Lorraine. Woots is in his WZ-132, which pretty much gets the same matchmaking as the Lorraine. So he is able to do a great job scouting with that tank, and actually dealing damage, too, during this game. So that's always a plus. So there's Woots in the T-37 going on a nice scouting run, obviously getting all these idiots spotted before they can even get anywhere. Get one nice quick hit on that 5120 as he does spot me, and I have to pull back before artillery shoots, which in hopefully you know, a quick amount of time my camo will be reset and I will have to stay behind this house. There's the artillery shot. And Woods decides to relocate. So I do get spotted again, so I know that there's obviously that Roomba or something with binocs, probably the Bulldog or 2801, spotting me at this range. So me and Woods just decide, you know, screw it, it's not worth it. We're going to lose HP trying to do this, so let's just you know, engage either from this side, don't peek out on that side, and pretty much run away. So, Yak Panther gets spotted. I waste a shell on him. Woods obviously takes the kill. I go on platoon chat a few, but we do have a Roomba over there that is looking juicy, and RNG completely screws me over. Yet I get another shot on him, and he retreats. So that's just Lorraine pretty much chai sniping wherever you go. I am getting spotted because this thing is a friggin' barn, but it's definitely a good play to go into the small town, especially when you're top tier like this. So there's a Bulldog, a little friendly tank. I didn't even realize. I thought he was on the hill, but apparently he's below, and I get one shot into him, and then we got a clip. So, you know, 38-second reload time, it's not too bad for the amount of damage and expected damage for win 8 that this tank carries. I mean, it obviously, if you're in a quick game where, I don't even know, like a million people, not a million, but they're like half of the team just YOLO charges you and you're on reload, you're obviously not going to meet that, and you're going to get melted. But like I said, if you just chai snipe and, you know, just play very passively in Lorraine, it is one of the most farmable tanks for win 8. So their team has completely melted pretty much, and holy crap is this wide open. So I'm just like, you know what, screw it, YOLO swag, let's go. And I find a Bulldog, he retreats over the hill, and I'm not going to shoot on the move because, once again, I want to save all my shells in the canister in case there is artillery waiting for me, which there obviously will be. And maybe Lorraine or Yak Panther came back, but we're going to take the chance. I'm going to get one shot on the Bulldog. 2 shots on the Bulldog, kill the Bulldog, Bulldog, and we'll try and find artillery here. So Woots had some circle jerking in the city over there, and there's M4043. He obviously has not spotted me yet. My 6th sense has not gone off. My camo is obviously reset, and RNG may be with you, and not with you, and possibly with you. There we go. All right, so we kill the M4043. There are 2 artilleries left, and 2 medium tanks, which are definitely on the K-line and J-line hybrid, whatever the hell you want to call it. I get a shot on the SU. I should have rammed him, but, you know, I didn't know whether he was loaded, and since I'm a silly French tank, he's obviously going to pen me with his HE round, so I just decided to laugh about it and play with him, little wolf life, and T25/2 kills him, and pretty much just an overall really good game from this Lorraine. And once again, it's not a spectacular tank in the sense that you can just bully enemy tanks, but with your auto-loading cannon, especially like this Lorraine over here that ends up being caught on reload, and the GW hiding behind a house because he's an idiot and doesn't realize they can't shoot HE, but we can shoot through the house and kill him. Okay, that was hard. So pretty much Woots gets gimped by Lorraine 40t, and I'm just coming in here to kill him. And as I said, I don't know whether he's reloading, but Lorraine in a nutshell isn't the best tank. You can't bully enemy tanks, but it's really just, I don't know. It's growing on me a little bit, but it's one of those tanks where it just starts off, and you got to learn the playstyle because it's so passive and so snipey that the hybrid playstyle, like I said, between engaging enemies and on their flanks coming in, just YOLOing like I did there, is really the only option to do that is when your team is landsliding and killing the enemy team one by one really quickly like this game, or you are going to lose and they're landsliding and killing you, and you just want to get damage. So it's really just a really tricky playstyle with Lorraine. I can't really explain it as much as just snipe and snipe and snipe, and then go in for sloppy seconds when you feel the time is right. But when you feel the time is right, you obviously need to know the game mechanics and make sure that that is correct, or you're going to melt and get pooped on and suck. So pretty much that's the second gameplay for you guys. Obviously, wow, 4,000 win 8 right on the dot. 3,094 damage according to the in-game counter, and 3 kills. Woots got 2 kills, and he got gimped by artillery or something. I'm not sure what it was. Lorraine, wow, mind-boggling. But also at the same time, it was just a really good supporting game for the Lorraine because I sniped from the middle, ended up engaging late game, and that's pretty much just the epitome of the Lorraine. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this replay. I mean, it's really just I chose it because it is the most generic gameplay that I could find that is fits the Lorraine's playstyle because you really can't explain it. So other than that, we'll have the after battle reports next, and then I will finish all with some closing stuff, and yep, that'll be it for this. Alright, so here's the after battle reports from that game. I'm obviously going to record this after I do this. We had Mastery Badge 3rd Class, Duelist, Fire for Effect, and Bruiser. Base XP of 884, 3 kills, 3094 damage. Decent amount of enemies damage, which is 7. Pretty good overall sniping. You can see half of my damage was from range. Good, nice, engagement with the Lorraine and also artillery late game. We got the most damage on the team, obviously, because YOLO. And then Woods got secondary XP and lots of spotting damage / damage in his Wheezy, which is another great tier 8 tank that, in my opinion, goes hand in hand with the 1390 and the RU. We spotted both artilleries. Well, I guess there was one extra one. Were there? Nope. Yeah, GW Panther, okay. And, just an overall pretty good game. Definitely showcased Lorraine at its best. We can now close out the platoon and have some closing statements next. Alright, so in conclusion, I mean, the Lorraine, it's a mediocre tank, but if you're a good player and, you're looking for something that is similar to 1390 / 5100, but is a good flex tank, really mobile, has some good sniping capability at range, Lorraine is probably for you. I mean, as a player, it's not my favorite tank. It follows kind of sort of a gameplay as the SDB1 if you think about it as an autoloader, which just looking at my garage here, I'm trying to think of any tanks that it really is like, because I don't have the 5100, but SDB1 it actually kind of is like 430, other than minus the brawling aspect at sniping. The Lorraine really just isn't special, but it's not terrible. It's just a mediocre tier 9. So it's something that really is good for win 8 padding if you really are looking for that while grinding. I've only played like 17, 16 games in it, and we've got some good average XP, obviously the ×2 helping out there. But it really is a good tank for learning the playstyle of the heavy line too. So that's really this tank in a nutshell. Lorraine will not be a terrible grind. It'll actually be pretty fun because it's going to help out the stats, help out your playstyle, make you be more passive and learn the game mechanics better. But it's just a great learning tank. So that being said, we'll have the batchat hopefully researched by maybe 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So look for that around Thanksgiving time. Probably have that batchat review up then. I'm also going to try and finish up the Walker Bulldog grind, which is going pretty swiftly. You can see we had 99% on 6 cents. So once I get that, I'll probably end up getting the T49 via halfway grind / free XP, and then we'll make a video on that. So that's really just it for the Lorraine, and stay tuned for any following videos on this series. We'll also probably be starting another mini-series too, for grinding up all the way from like tier 5 to tier 10 on another line. So that's it for me. Comment, rate, subscribe, guys. Happy tanking. Hope you enjoyed the video.